Construction zones are a common sight across Michigan this time of year, but on I-96 through Ionia County, they have turned especially dangerous. Since work began in March, police say there has been a troubling rise in crashes, many of them deadly. News 10's Rachel Fulton shows us how Michigan State Police are stepping up patrols to keep both drivers and workers safe.
Yeah, and the Michigan State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division and Michigan's Department of Transportation say distractions and dangerous driving are putting lives on the line, and that it's time to prevent more tragedies from happening. It's one of Michigan's busiest highways and one of the deadliest since construction began. On I-96 through Ionia County, the orange barrels have brought bottlenecks and tragedies.
We're seeing some catastrophic injuries. And right now we're up to 10 fatalities in that specific zone since the actual construction has started, which one is too many.
The Michigan State Police Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division is flooding the area with motor carrier officers targeting unsafe driving.
A commercial vehicle that on average is 80,000 pounds, but can be all the way up to 164,000 pounds in our state, does not stop the same way a passenger vehicle does. All of the fatalities and the injuries in that specific construction zone have been attributed and involve commercial motor vehicles.
Construction crews say they're also at risk.
It takes a special person to, be working while cars are flashing by, driving by at 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour when they're not paying attention, going through construction zones. That's never the right thing to do.
Michigan's Department of Transportation says it all comes down to driver decisions.
The problem that we have is, drivers paying attention, drivers being distracted while they're driving. And, that's never a good thing when you're driving on a regular road, let alone driving in a construction zone.
With closures expected through 2027, officials hope enforcement and awareness can save lives. The Vehicle Enforcement Division and MDOT say it really comes down to paying attention, which is why they've amped up patrols this month. Motor carrier officers assigned across Michigan were out on I-96 yesterday and will be back in the area on September 23rd for increased traffic enforcement. And back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. And while there's still about 2 months left of construction season, MDOT says we are in the final stretch. That means drivers will keep seeing those orange barrels and troopers out in full force along I-96. A live look over downtown Mason as summer